guy, that Mugu that returned 4 million naira, that Mugu that returned 4 million, that keke driver, that Mugu that returned 4 million naira is no longer a Mugu now. It's no longer a Mugu now because the former governor of Abia State, Okezie Ikpeazu's team, have finally rewarded him with 2.1 million naira. I didn't say they will give him letter. I didn't say they shall, they will, or they want to have meeting. They have transferred 2.1 million naira and rewarded this guy to say thank you for representing Obingwa very well. Thank you for representing Abia very well. Thank you for representing Nigeria very, very well. Because indeed, you have shown that there are people in this country that still have integrity, that still have sincerity, that can actually be very truthful, that can see 4 million naira, even when you have challenges, even when you have problems, even when you have issues, even when you have not paid for your rent, you see 4 million naira, you return 4 million naira, you went home without taking one kobo, even without receiving 1 naira as a benefit for returning 4 million naira that someone forgets. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you watch this video to the end. Make sure watch this news first and hear the background story, hear how it happened, hear what happened, and make sure you watch this video to the end. Follow Kasa TV on Facebook and YouTube for more news updates. Thank you.
Ikpeazu faithfuls appreciate honesty, reward Mr. Lucky Okoro's remarkable integrity with a sum of 2.1 million naira. Kindly follow us on Kasa TV for more news updates. Thank you. In a rare display of integrity that has captivated hearts across Aba and beyond, Mr. Lucky Okoro, a commercial tricycle operator popularly known as Onyefoto, has been rewarded with 2.1 million after returning a misplaced sum of 4 million naira left in his keke by a Cameroonian passenger. The touching incident occurred in Aba last week, drawing praise from all corners of the state. In times like this, when good values are in short supply, Lucky has reminded us all that honesty is still a priceless virtue. He said, earning a loud ovation from the crowd of youth leaders, community leaders, and party members in attendance. More than just a reward ceremony, the gathering served as a rally call for the promotion of ethical conduct across the state. The Ikpeazu faithful reaffirmed their commitment to upholding value of integrity, responsibility, and public service. Mr. Okoro's act of selflessness has not only restored hope in humanity for many, but also reaffirmed the moral strength that still reside within the streets of Aba and the heart of Obingwa. Thank you for watching. Endeavor to follow us on Kasa TV for more news updates and help share this video. Thank you.
How many of you remember this guy? This guy that is fellow keke drivers was now calling Mugu driver, Mugu keke driver. Many people have already said that this guy will drive keke till he dies. Why? Because he was opportune to have actually picked 4 million naira, over 4 million naira in his keke when he was driving. So what happened? For those who don't know the story, what actually happened was that this young guy, which is from Obingwa in Abia State, he was driving his keke on a fateful day, and a lot of people entered his keke, including a Cameroonian woman who have over 4 million naira entered in that vehicle, entered his keke on that fateful day. So he drove them to Arera Junction. Finally, after taking them to Arera Junction, he turned back to his base. I wanted to pick another people to Arera Junction. He now realized that he saw a carton in the vehicle. When he saw the carton in his keke, he turned back and saw it. He was like, who kept this rubbish in there? He wanted to throw it away. He said, no, let me look at what is inside. Look at the content in that bag, and he realized it was cash. Look at the money. He was like, Jesus, this is not a small money. At that time, he didn't even know how much that was there. What he knows is that the money was millions of naira. So to cut the long story short, this guy had a lot of challenges. In fact, his first son is about 1 year old. So he have a lot of things to do with money. If there's of things to do with money, he have a lot of things to do with money. Where he's living, he's not that comfortable. He's not that even rich. Not to talk about what Formula 9 do for him. Formula 9 will do a lot of things for this young man. But this young guy, among all the challenges he was thinking about, what a lot of things and all the rest of them, he said, no, I had the fear of God in me that I have to do what? Return back this money. He said, okay, because if he didn't want to return back the money, what he would have done was to drive from Brass to another location. If you even drive to another location like Osisioma or like even Obohi or another route completely, this woman will look for that money. I even go home and rest. This woman will look for that money and she may not have any option but to go back to her country, Cameroon, and without buying whatever she wanted to buy from Abba. But notwithstanding, at that particular point, this man didn't know where this woman came from, whether she's a Cameroonian, whether it's a Nigerian, or whatever. What happened was that this man decided he was able to say, okay, since I stopped at Ariara Junction, where this woman stopped, or where people stopped, because at that time he couldn't even identify if it's a woman that owns the money or a man that owns the money. So since I stopped at Araya Junction, everybody from my keke stopped at what I'll do now, I'll now be going, I will not be going to Araya, I will not be going towards that route every time. So he was able to load and he drove down to Araya and he didn't see anybody asking for money. He was also returned back to the another return back to another location, load, and say come back to Ariara Junction. He was able to do it. According to him, he said he was able to do it about 4 times. So at the fourth time, when he was returning back, he saw crowd people. He saw people gathered, and someone was raising, "Hey, my money, 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 my money." So at the end of the day, this young guy was able to say, okay, could it be that this person is the person that owns that money in my boot? Oh, 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 oh. So he rushed there and hold and behold, a woman who he don't even know say that he had money. He was trying to ask the man what happened, what happened. The woman said that he left the money in the keke. The woman did not even identify the keke driver in the first place. He did not even identify the keke driver. So then the Kaka driver was not trying to interact with her and realized that yes, the man was saying that it is 4 million, it is 4 million. The money, I said, how much is the money? He said it's 4 million naira. The man said, okay, now could it be that this money is 4 million naira? He now went back and collected that money and gave hold and behold, gave this woman this money. This man collected the money, was so happy, was in fact he even then down used his head, he even cleaned the guy's shoe because how happy this woman really was at that time. He according to the man, he said he was even attempted kissing him. He said he had to distance himself. So to show you how really how this happy this woman was at that time. But to cut a long story short, this woman and the driver, people at that particular time realized that the atmosphere at the time changed and people wanted to look for a way to even take this money and disappear from no distance. So this young man carried this woman and put this woman in keke and drove this woman out. According to the story he shared to us personally, he said he drove this woman out to the hotel where this man lodged and told her that this hotel will no longer be safe for her to stay since the atmosphere and every people are now environment are now aware. And that where she was lodging was just in the park, was in a hotel that is in park, a Maverton area where you load motor to travel to different parts of the state. So it's no longer safe. The keke man and driver said here, his environment is not safe. Better I carry you to another location. This keke man then carried her to the near another hotel, to another hotel, and then from that 4 million naira this woman had, they paid 10,000 naira for a night. The man exchanged phone number with the keke driver, and the keke driver said, "Okay, no problem, tomorrow." So the keke driver drove out and left. So to cut a long story short, this said woman in the letter, I don't know whether she slept there or not, but the story have it that she left Aba to Calabar, left Aba to Calabar the next day, and 2 days later she left. Whether she bought whatever she wanted to buy or not, but she left. So when she left, she didn't bother calling this guy back. She didn't bother checking on this guy or saying, giving him an update or whatever. He didn't even bother saying, okay, take 100,000 naira. Thank you very much. Take 200,000 naira. People may actually expect that she will have done. So when this guy later called this woman back, I said, hello, madam. I'm that keke driver. I said, okay, 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 okay. This man told him that he's no longer in Aba. He's in Calabar as you speak right now, and he's going back to Cameroon. Thank you very much. That you later call him. That was how the conversation ended. So at that point, everyone was calling this man now Mugu, 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 Mugu. because they felt like this guy will have used that opportunity to become rich. Then returning back this money, at the end of the day, the said woman never gave him any financial appreciation as many people may have expected him, she to have done to this guy. So it prompts people to call this guy Mumu. This guy even have to go on social media to say he's not a Mugu, he's not a Mugu, he's not a Mugu. He did a lot of videos to share to everybody that they should stop calling him Mugu. That he did it he didn't do it because of the woman per se. He did it because of the word of God he hears. He did it because of Christ. He did it even if the woman didn't appreciate him, he will still be happy. But the good news is this, that the past governor of Abia State, Governor Okezie Ikpeazu, his team have finally rewarded this guy with 2.1 million naira cash. It's not the money, it's not I will give you later. It's not that I will give you later. They transfer 2.1 even with receipt stating that you have given this guy 2.1 million naira instantly, saying take this money. It's money we want to use to appreciate you for, at least for being good. As of today, right now, people who call this guy a mugu have not changed, because a lot of people are now coming back to say take 1 million, take 100,000 naira, take 200,000 naira, take 300. Even this guy have done a video to say thank you very much. He also did a lot of videos to say my wife is also a graduate. If I have any opportunity of employing or engaging my wife, me I no go school, but my wife goes school. That's what the guy is saying. If I have an opportunity of engaging my wife to work in any organization, that please use the opportunity and engage her. That is the video he's doing. But the major message is this, that it is not a bad thing to do good. Your reward may not necessarily come from the person you are doing that. Your reward may not necessarily come from that particular person you are doing that good. Do it because of that, not because of that person, but because of the God and because of your conscience. Because if that guy have gone with that 4 million naira, yes, he will have been happy, he will have been comfortable. But his conscience, deep inside, I know that many people have sold their conscience, but deep inside, if you still have conscience, for those that still have, conscience will be saying what he did was completely wrong. But my happiness and joy is that this guy that people now call a Mugu governor, Mugu, Mr. Mr. This guy that people now call Mugu, he is no longer that Mugu, because people are now beginning to appreciate him. Even the governor, even the governor have sent some of his team to meet and interact with this guy. Possibly there may be a statement in the next few weeks or days to come regarding to this guy, because he have really showed that there are people that have integrity. He have really showed that there are people that have that actually that can represent well, because for the first time there are people who have come publicly to represent well, and it was as if, but the message is this, to call long story short, the message is this: please always do good, no matter even if you are rewarded or not rewarded. Always do good, not because of that person you are doing good for, but because of the God you serve, and let it be on record that you have done good. Thank you for watching this video to this point. Don't forget to follow Kasa TV on Facebook and YouTube. We shall also be interviewing this guy further. Want to interview him to share stories about his family, about what to also know about some of the challenges too. Because it's very, very difficult for you to see 4 million naira in this present time. And although it's not your money, you will leave that money, carry that money and give back to the owner. It's possible. It's very, very difficult. It's very, very difficult. It's extremely very, very difficult. That is why when it happens, people intend to identify with the person, tend to identify with him, would they tend to appreciate him, and then to say what he did was really. In fact, you deserve an award. You deserve an award of recognition for what you really have really done. It means that you can be trusted. It means that you have integrity. It means that you can be sincere, because sincerity is one thing that is still lacking in our society today. Thank you for watching this video. Share this video, drop a comment and tell us what you think about the lessons you think you have learned from this young man who returned 4 million naira. If you have actually learned anything good from him, please drop a comment and let us know the lessons you have learned from him. Don't forget to follow Kasa TV on Facebook and YouTube, including on TikTok. Thank you.